Yes, I'm back so soon. So I recorded on Eclipse Eve. It was the first time in quite a while that I've made an appearance on my own channel here. Um, I guess kind of what I owe is like the explanation that everything has been fantastic. Um, Very busy. I don't remember if the last time I recorded a sobriety and presented it, if I had changed jobs or not by then. But I'm on a new job now for about a year and 3 weeks. So, but you know, it's hectic changing jobs. Hectic, just to say the darn least. Um, so yeah, I recorded one recently. I had the urge, and I didn't care really about the quality. I didn't really take a whole lot of time, and I didn't say much. What I guess I could have followed up on, or followed up with, is that how was the eclipse for you? And was it, um, did it totally draw you in? And I guess I'm asking in a spiritual or a hyper emotional, a physical sense. Um, so beforehand, you know, a couple of days leading up, I heard a talk show that somebody who might be an expert, but they were treating her, a professor at a college, a professor, um, had said that people are going to take this so seriously that they will cry, they will break down, they will drop to their knees, they will hug, and they will just feel overcome by something. And I mean, was there something in the air? I mean, other than the sun and the moon? Um, I didn't get that. I'm gonna admit it was fun. Viewed it just in my backyard with my wife and two kids. So you know, it was a moment. Everything it'll always be there, worthy of speaking about. Um, Pictures didn't come out great. The video didn't come out great. Who cares? I was attending, if you will, and I mean nothing changed for me. But I anticipated that there are others worldwide that you know something happened to. So I'm curious. You know, what did it do for you? And um, I'd like to hear stories somewhere, whether it's on social media or somebody commenting underneath, that there is a difference and that they vowed that they would make a difference. I mean, wasn't it like New Year's Eve? Make a resolution and work toward it. Like add something into your life after the New Year's Day, that is better for you, and brings you to where you want to go. Um, and again, I brought sobriety into it, which was, would this be a day that allows you to change? Did it free a burden, out of you? You know, is there something magical? Not a potion. I guess we could call it the spirit of the day, the event, what have you. Um, where were you before that? Where are you now? Um, and yeah, I'm directly talking to people that are working programs or are struggling and not in a good program at the time. So um, if I hear from you, I hear from you. That's great. I heard from somebody, I believe, a longtime friend, somebody I've never met, only through here, recording videos and the sobriety. Um, there was a comment under the last video, and I still can't see who I don't technically know how to do this, everything that I'm trying yet. Um, but somebody said hello, and it made me think it was somebody who might have been surprised that I put a new video up. So, hello out there. If you noticed that I had been gone for a long time and that I have reappeared, and let's see where this goes. Kind of a new setup back here. Having fun with that. I still got more to do to make it look professional, and I want to start maybe interviewing some people. I've made a connection on Twitter or X, and by the way, hashtag Recovery Posse. If you're out there using Twitter, X, get into that hashtag Recovery Posse. It's what a community. Really have enjoyed it ever since I recognized it. But I've met somebody. I follow somebody. I haven't met somebody who hosts these things called sounds or something like that. Stories. I'm not into that either yet, but so yeah, I knew that was coming. I could feel it. So many times over the last year and a half or two, when I discovered that reducing your recordings to less than a minute, you can upload it and it categorizes under shorts. So it's under a minute and you get a lot more hits. More people are interested in watching shorter stuff, and I get it. And I aimed to do that for a long time, just record for 30 to 40 seconds. Sometimes I got into the 50s, because I don't have verbal control most of the time. So I'm not attempting that right now. I may get back into that, but just speaking at length and running through a bunch of things. That's where I'm at. So let's see. Covered the eclipse. Covered the follower, the subscriber that reached out and said hello, and I think it's somebody in particular. I'm not going to say, but I gotta learn how to open up that comment and see. So again, hi to you out there. What else was I going to cover? I guess something that has a little bit to do with sobriety for me, just for me. This story isn't going to resonate, I don't think, a whole lot. It's a pretty neat story, but my drinking started in high school, and I think based upon my family, that maybe I was headed there anyway because of genes and stuff like that. So, well, over the years, I moved away quite a few miles away from where I grew up, and well, I know I needed to come back, and like greater support, greater people were back where I grew up. Excuse me. So like when I returned, I was like in my mid 30s, maybe 36 or 37. And I had not conquered the drinking at all yet. As a matter of fact, it was continuing to progress. I was piecing together some work and trying to make some money. One thing I did was I umpired Little League baseball games. And like when I first learned who some of the players were, in all honesty, so again, consider my age, some of the players that I was umpiring games with are kids of my friends. Does that make sense? Following that. So, kids of my friends. I don't know, pretty weird, surreal, I guess. But yeah, so basically my friends are in the audience, the attendance, watching their kids, and so I'm playing a part in this baseball league. So I got to figure out how to get to the story. So hang on there. Basically, earlier, just 30 minutes ago, before recording this, I saw wedding pictures of one of these guys who was the first couple of ball players when I started umpiring. And yes, he is the son of a friend of mine. And that friend of mine was mired deeply in addiction. Since high school, had gone major separate ways, but now I've returned to my hometown, and I'm learning about some others. And okay, one of these guys that was playing Little League Baseball when I was umpiring has grown up, and he just posted his wedding pictures on Facebook. And what a wonderful, beautiful, scintillating, spectacular, delightful looking wedding ceremony. What a sharp looking all-American guy he's turned out to be. And I was so proud, just so proud. He, the son of somebody who had a very, very bad time for many, many years, like accidents, hospitalizations, jail, near death, lots. And this guy with his twin brother, they made it through unscathed. Now the backstory, or to fill in the story between Little League Baseball and the wedding, I'm thinking he's 31 or 32 today, or this, now. I'm just going to guess that, but I'm guessing early 30s. Okay, so when there was periods that I could start breaking through, the biggest breakthrough was walking into a church. I mean, for a time, the biggest breakthrough was, hey, I haven't tried this yet. I guess I'll try this. So I went to church, and John was in the youth group at church. John went through his high school days as a leader of the youth group. John went to college, a Bible school, and became a pastor. Well, since we were associated with the same church, and I'm talking about a small church, I'm talking about 80 to 120 people, we all knew each other, first and last names and everything like that. So John made some tremendous strides. I will say that now he's a pastor, and I'm in a different church. He's in a different state now. I'm not calling John a pastor of mine. However, I would be proud to. And I know that we've had enough talks back when I was in my 40s and he was in his teens. Check out that difference, okay? Where he would speak to me the goodness of the Word of God, And yeah, I mean, he was developing, and he was 17, 16, whatever, high school. Graduated high school and went took care of some more accomplishments. And he's been a pastor. But let me just tell you that seeing this guy's pictures of his wedding, I mean, it makes me feel old, but it brings me back to knowing when he was 10, 11, 12, a good athlete. And it brings me back to my drunkenness and my breakthrough into sobriety and my first few years in sobriety. And so I'm making John's story about me right now, but it's just the quirky way that I develop memories and thoughts of, like the yesteryear of the drinking. So yes, this is a sober story. It's about knowing a guy, seeing a guy. When I was mired in the muck and really, really hurting and a wreck, but over the course of time, he becomes a pastor and he speaks true life into me. And he continues to do that wherever he goes. And I could reach out to him, and I know it. I could say, hey, talk to me like you're the pastor. Talk to me like I need to hear something good, okay? Maybe I'll even do that. I have a feeling I might. And I have a feeling he'd be very receptive. Well, I just told you a story about John, who got married, John, who I knew as a kid. And that's just part of my sober story, is paying attention to the people that are out there making it happen for others. And that's what we do too. We're trying to support you, no matter where you are in sobriety or your struggle. But we can speak the encouragement, the attitude, the hard work, really the promises of God that will take you, from your trouble and into safer places. And that's all. That's all. I think I covered everything. I felt like sitting down and telling you all that. I don't know who hung in there right until the end. I'm at 17 minutes. Holy cow. Good to not see you. No, I don't see you. Good to not see you. Does that make sense? All right. We'll sit down and do it again. Leave some comments underneath. Click like. Subscribe if you haven't. Say hello to me if you haven't in a long time. And I'll check back in soon. Okay? Hope you enjoyed it.